Hey everybody, I'm Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. I'm here in this coin shop in Spring Hill, Florida. I got this coin. I saw on the internet that this particular coin is worth a lot of money. I saw a story, said, hey, you got to look out through your coins for this one specific coin. Brian, I think I have this one rare coin worth $100,000.
Yeah.
Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular.
What do you think?
You think you got the MS-70 accented hair?
I think I got it, man.
Yeah, you got it?
I saw the news story on Yahoo and I was like, I must have it.
Yeah. And that's a conversation that we have daily with customers, various coins, obviously. The truth of the matter is there are some super rare, super valuable era and variety coins that do exist, no doubt. But they're super rare and therefore super valuable. But when there's something super rare, not everyone has them. In fact, most people don't have them. And when people come in with coins like this, I hate to inform you, you're wrong.
What?
But, yeah.
That's just junk silver?
It's just junk silver. You got
I still got some value to it.
You got $11 half there.
That's better than zero.
But it's exciting to look for these varieties and these airs that can have true value. But the reality is, if you think you got a coin that is has a variety or an air to it of super value or any kind of real value, you got to get it slabbed by one of the big companies. We got some PCGS graded coins out here. NGC is great too, and then you can go from there. But it's got to be professionally attributed first.
Okay, so what might be good for people is if they have one of these coins, right? Don't just walk into your coin shop or your bullion shop and be like, hey, this is the one. I saw the website had this article and bada bing, I know this is it right here.
Right.
Maybe throw some pictures up on some coin forums. They're free to join.
That's right.
Show some collectors that have been doing this for many years. Really good photos of your coins. And if they say, hey, that's the one, yeah, go to one of these grading companies right here and get it official.
Yes.
So that when you come to Brian in his shop and you have it official like this and you say, hey Brian, look at this. It says right here that it's the reverse of the 1878 or 79. It's the seven tail feather.
That's right.
A little bit more valuable, right? It's like a
Absolutely.
$100 coin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Better than the the $40 version of the just the normal reverse.
There you go.
So yes, absolutely. You want to have it professionally attributed, and and hopefully you find some good ones out there and hit some home runs. Now there are a couple varieties of specific coins out there that most professional coin dealers can attribute in the shop, such as a common one is, I'm sure you heard of, a 1955 double die wheat cent.
Yes.
Okay, that's a common variety that is worth some real money. An uncirculated one will go for a couple $1,000s, no doubt about it. But there's a lot of varieties out there that most coin dealers may have not even heard of that can have some value, or honestly just don't care about. So you have to, if you have one of those, you got to get it attributed first. And attributed means grading and verified by one of the big companies, PCGS or NGC.
So we'll talk about the 1955 double die real quick.
Yeah.
So that coin right there, it is super easy to tell that is the coin.
Right.
It's also such a popular coin that there's many counterfeits that exist.
Oh yeah.
So again, that's why you need to have one of these grading companies make sure that's the real coin that you're getting to a shop, because what are you going to do? Go to a shop and they're going to be like, that's not a real coin.
Right.
You're not going to believe them, but that's most likely the case. You either don't have it or you do.
And here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand too, is that first of all, as we see there's a lot of stories or videos put up on like YouTube, for example, or a lot of people put listings up on forums like Etsy or eBay. And a lot of that's just clickbait and trying to get lucky. The reality is most of the stuff really isn't worth that. You got to think that pretty much every coin, especially pre-1965 coin, there's some varieties of it. You look at the 1909 SVDB, there's 4 documented varieties of it that's actually how you diagnose the coin as being authentic. So, and it all comes down to little nuances in how far the S is from the date and the serifs and all this kind of information. And there's 4 different varieties on that one coin. and that's just one coin, right? So none of the varieties are really any more valuable than any of the other three, but they do exist. And it's just another tool of diagnosing, hey, is this a real 1909 SVDB? Because there's a ton of counterfeits of those out there too. Or is this a fake? And but just because it's a variety of something doesn't mean that it's of value.
Yeah. Brian, how many times have you had somebody come into the shop and they said that they had the Cheerios dollar?
This week.
It's a lot, right? It's that many.
No, it's 2 or 3 times a week, or maybe not come in the shop, but call to the shop. And
How about the 1944 steel cent?
oh, that, and then the 1943 copper.
Yep.
Those are very common ones that we get all the time. And then a lot of the modern stuff, the white AM Lincoln cents, the wide rim Susan B. Anthony's. And there are those coins out there that exist that have real value, but until they're professionally attributed, you just can't expect to obtain that value.
See, and I would imagine, Brian, that in your shop, if you had one of those coins that somebody came in and said, this is the 1944 steel cent, right?
Right.
The first thing you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to take it to NGC or PCGS, right?
Well, the first thing I do is hit it with a magnet.
Oh, well, sure.
Yeah,
sure. But I mean, like, once you have it in
Right.
possession, you're going to send it off to these guys too.
Yes.
Because you want to maximize your potential when you go to sell
Well,
it.
2 things. One is, yes, to do that, it has to be professionally graded. But also, too, we're pretty good at what we do, but we want to make sure that the pros that attribute, being NGC and PCGS, also agree that it's authentic, because I would never want to sell a coin that wasn't authentic. And so even though I think, a raw type coin that has some weird variety is the real deal, I would still have them sign off on it, because I would never want to send it on down the line and it not, and me be mistaken on that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, if someone comes into, here, I got a perfect example.
As a business owner doing this, I mean, this is what you do.
This is
This would
what-
ruin you to
Well,
sell like some fake coin.
Yeah,
right?
we're not here to do that, right? And this came in the other day, and of course we caught it because it's it is what it is. This is a fake silver eagle,
Okay.
and
It looks weird.
it looks mushy, right?
Yeah, the color.
But check this out. What's it weigh?
It weighs good, 1 ounce.
It weighs 1 ounce,
Yeah.
and
Should be 1 ounce of silver in there.
well, so at first glance,
Oh no, they're doing this now?
we're doing this now.
Oh no. Let's see. It shows it as pure.
It shows the Sigma tester, the Sigma Metalytics machine, verifies that it's an ounce of silver.
That's 2 tests, Brian. How did you
That's-
find out?
Well, because actually this came in on a deal, and it was literally like sitting like that, right? And I'm like 3 feet away, and I was like, that's not right. And you can tell because it's just mushy.
It looks weird, yeah.
It looks off, right?
Yeah, touch this. Yeah, touch this.
Yeah, you can touch it.
Thanks, man. Let's see here.
Well, so I want to get the,
Yeah, take your time. I'm sitting here looking it over.
yeah.
The font looks very,
Yeah.
very large. I don't know.
It just looks mushy, I guess is the right term. That's kind of the term the old timers use when they're
It
authenticating
looks
333.
thick too.
Yeah, it's thick. I'm going to show you that.
Oh
here in a
shoot! Did I
second.
just ruin the surprise?
All right.
So what are we doing here?
Watch this.
All right.
What color is that?
Not silver.
Not silver. That's pink, folks. So it's plated copper.
Wow.
All right. So this is the fake one, right? This is a real one. You're right. It's thick. You can see the difference,
Yeah.
right? So that's
That's good though. It passed 2 really important tests.
Yes.
Man.
And
It
so,
fooled the Sigma, huh?
well, the weight. So I've seen hundreds upon hundreds of fake silver eagles, right? Rarely do they weigh right. Usually they're like 0.9 ounces or they're 1.1. And of course, they'll sometimes stick to the magnet. And this one obviously doesn't stick to the magnet either.
Yeah, they got past that.
Yeah, so
They're getting good. Those
they're getting
counterfeiters,
great.
yeah.
So it's
Is that your base right there in your
that's
vehicle?
someone's base. I don't know if that's reverberating through the phone.
I'm sure it will.
But I mean that we caught a mile. I could see that from a mile away that that's a bad coin. But yeah, we we verify everything that comes in across. I guess this is where we were going with this. Everything that comes in across the counter, we verify before it goes back out. And on some of these real weird, rare variety trick coins, yeah, of course we're going to send those to NGC or PCGS first to get them verified before we send them down the line. Because even though I feel like I'm pretty good at my job, hey, we want to make sure that we're categorically good at it. Silver Eagles are no problem, right? But hey, I got this weird 1993 wide AM Lincoln cent. Well, I've never seen one before, so we're going to send that off and get that attributed and make sure it's the real deal.
Yeah. And there's so many different ones out there. I mean, we could sit here for days talking about the different varieties.
Well, I mean, so I'm not, I know you know about VAMs for Morgans, right? Which are different varieties.
There's plenty of those.
They've written books this thick about VAMs that I've looked through that are like 30 years old. If you added the new information over the last 30 years, they're probably like that thick now.
It's crazy. They're still finding new ones.
Yeah, that's right. And some of those VAMs were stupid money. And some of them, no one cares. So that's the reality of it.
Right on. Well, Brian, listen, I guess, I'll just have to sell you this one little coin for spot price. It is what it is.
So but one thing
actually, it's over spot. Actually, at your store it is.
Yeah, that's right. But here's a couple that someone did take the time and sent those out to get graded. And hey, that was a good thing for them because it turned out to be worth a little bit more money.
May I grab one of those? Let's see. So what are these here?
Well, that's just a planchet from a dollar. Was it a presidential or?
It's like a presidential, right?
Yeah. And well, I guess you really can't tell.
What was it?
Yeah.
That's what looks like the size of it.
Yeah, that's a presidential or a Sacagawea planchet.
As everybody that I ever talked to, like at the banks, they call these gold dollars.
I know.
And so do you have people coming into your store saying, I have this gold dollar. I know gold's at, almost $2,000 an ounce. I have this gold dollar.
So yesterday, a guy called and he goes, I have a James Buchanan gold dollar. It said just like that, James Buchanan gold dollar is from 18 whatever, because that's what it says on the coin. That's the part I wish they really wouldn't put there, is they put the president's term on the coin. And so a lot of people get confused with that, and they think that's the date that the coin came from. It's like, no, those are all post-2000 coins.
Right.
The year 2000, I mean, not $2,000. So they're all modern coins, but they just have the presidential, the years of his term that he served. And obviously for someone who's not well-versed in numismatics, that can be confusing, and understandably so. And what unfortunately happens is that the customer oftentimes gets upset or disgruntled because he thinks he's got something, and kind of like the proverbial rug is being pulled out, and it's nowhere near the case. But at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And so that does happen all the time. But these are some examples of things that people got graded and they should have.
What was this last one? I just want to show
that's a really wicked cool off-center Lincoln cent.
That is wicked cool.
Yeah, and actually it's a wheat cent, right?
Let's see, 1958. It has to be a wheat cent. Yes, sir.
Does it have a mint mark on it too?
That's crazy. Let's see.
Does it say like 58D?
Yep, D.
All right, so you think about it. That's pretty cool, huh? So it's a 58D that is 70% off struck. So 30% of the coin that was supposed to be there is there, that contains the date and the mint. That's pretty cool. You think about that. 30% of what actually made it is the important part of what the coin is.
You never see that.
You never see that, right? You never see the date and mint combo.
That's cool.
Like that. Yeah, so that's kind of neat.
Yep. So, long story short, throw them up on some coin websites, some forums, get some opinions right there. If you think you have something, get it into a grading service. That's what they do. They know what they're looking for.
Yes.
And get it official. And then if you do have something crazy, bring it into Brian O'Brien.
That's right. and also too, and this is a common thing among, that a lot of LCSs talk about. Don't get upset with your LCS if he's not as excited about your rare variety as you might be. So that's just we get inundated with these calls and these coins every day, literally every day, and we just it's kind of old hat for us, but just don't be upset with your LCS if he's not as excited as you are.
LCS local coin shop.
Yes.
Brian, thank you for being my local coin shop.
I appreciate it.
Down in the description of the video, I have some information for Brian,
Okay.
His shop, his website,
Yeah.
if that's cool with you.
Absolutely.
Very
We
good.
appreciate the business.
Absolutely, Brian. Thanks again. See you soon.
All right, we look forward to that.
Bye-bye. You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.